Well, good Thursday morning, Southeast Texas. As we just talked about during our midday show, just not much going on in the weather these days. But hey, no one's complaining. The weather's quiet. We're not having to deal with any tropical weather in September. As we look at our roofing, 911 Skycam Network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. We have mostly sunny skies, and skies will be mostly sunny, maybe occasionally becoming partly cloudy, but chances of rain pretty much out of the forecast the next several days. Not only are we going to be limited on moisture, but high pressure in the mid and upper atmosphere will be building into Southeast Texas as well. Very light northeast to east winds that become light southeasterly this afternoon. Now this morning over in Orange started out in the low 70s. You know, we certainly missed those chilly mornings we had a couple of mornings ago, and it'll be a while before those are back, that's for sure. Our roofing 911 Skycam Network here in Beaumont, one of our cameras here, sponsored by Packard and LaPrey. Also mostly sunny skies, very light easterly winds. Now here in Beaumont we started out around 72, 73 this morning. Comfortable, but they're certainly not like we had a few mornings ago, but those are gone for now. It'll be a while before those are back. And as we take a look at across portions of Beaumont this afternoon, at least the visibilities are pretty good too. Now, we will see high temperatures coming up this afternoon in the lower to middle 90s across all the area. In fact, let's head to our other camera, Roofing 911 Skycam Network. This one outside our 12 studios. Take a look down at the interstate, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Mostly sunny skies. And also here at the studios, we started out in the low 70s as well. Lower to mid 90s coming up this afternoon. Not only today, but tomorrow into the weekend and early next week. Just don't see change hardly in anything in our lows may get a little bit warmer, but those afternoon highs should stay in the lower to mid 90s. So we have high pressure building in. Certainly going to be hot in the afternoon, but once again, it's getting dry again across parts of Southeast Texas. It is pretty dry, but once again, very little, if any, chance of rain. And our roofing 911 Skycam Network over in Lake Charles, mostly sunny skies. Now, over in southwestern Louisiana, you started out also in the lower 70s this morning. You'll warm to the low 90s coming up this afternoon. Pretty good visibilities. Looking off to the east and northeast of Lake Charles, things looking good. Certainly no rain in the forecast today. As moisture is just too limited, and with high pressure building in, have sinking air, so you can forget about much in the way of rain chances coming up over the next few days. That is for sure. And highs over there should be in the 90s as well. All right, let's go up to the lakes area. Roofing 911 Skycam Network up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. Also mostly sunny skies. Now, up in the lakes area, you saw the temperatures this morning. It's still a few scattered upper 60s up there to around 70. Pretty pleasant. You'll see that again coming up tonight into a Friday morning as well, but otherwise the afternoons will be pretty hot. We'll see highs in the low to mid 90s, even up in the lakes area as well this afternoon, tomorrow, and on into the weekend. So if you have any plans at all heading up to the lakes area, hey, things looking pretty good. Do any camping or fishing, looks good, although just hot in the afternoon. Of course, we've looked at our Orange station earlier, so it'll be a warm afternoon, that's for sure. In fact, temperatures already around 90 in Orange, 88 Kirbyville, Jasper, 90 in Woodville, 88 Silsbee, and over in the Houston area, you're also running in the mid 80s. Now, hot temperatures coming up, low to mid 90s this afternoon. Of course, some areas, well, could see some 95s and 96s for high, especially out over the Houston area. Now, this is not what's good news here, is the allergy report. I kind of got it myself, excuse me, but the mold is certainly high, way up there, way up there. The grass is increased. The ragweed is also increased. It's way up there as well, and even the tree up to a 10 this morning. So yeah, that allergy report is high, and it's not going to change much, unfortunately, coming up over the next couple of days. Now, as we head into, let's say, Sunday into next week, we may see a little bit of improvement there, especially in the mold and in the grass. And we'll see how that turns out. But boy, certainly not a good allergy report this morning. All right, across the state, believe it or not, there have been a few showers offshore in the Gulf not too far away from us. We had a couple yesterday right along the coast and offshore. Our air mass just hasn't changed much. A little pocket of moisture working across the northern Gulf yesterday and today continues to move on off to the west. So unfortunately, that's not going to help us out if you want rain, that's for sure. But there have been a few showers on Galveston, southeastward into the Gulf, but those are moving away. High pressure building in the upper atmosphere. Just don't see much in the way of rainfall over the course of the next week, the way it looks. Summer ridge going to build back in, so it'll be pretty hot coming up over the next several days. West Texas dry, New Mexico on into Oklahoma, a few clouds and little sprinkles there, a little upper level disturbance there across parts of Arkansas this morning. Most of Louisiana is dry, and the eastern Gulf Coast states pretty dry this morning as well. So kind of glad we got the rains we did throughout the summer. Keep the grass green, because it's been some of the driest weather we've had now over the last 3 to 5 days that we've had the entire summer. And I really don't see much improvement in that coming up over the course of the next few days. Across the nation, we have one upper level low, see it spinning across portions of Idaho and the northwest on up into Montana. A few thunderstorms there in North Dakota, mainly just some light showers scattered across portions of the northern Rockies, but the southwest is quiet. Deep south, fairly quiet. Southeast, look at that, over 3/4 of the nation rain-free this morning, so pretty dry, certainly across the continental U.S. Also a few showers down in Florida as well, showers and a few thunderstorms off the coast of Tampa this morning. I may see some afternoon showers and thunderstorms there, but overall, as you see, most of the nation is fairly quiet. Some shower activity in the far northeast past New England there. All right, just to kind of give you an indication how dry it looks over the next 7 days, this is our rainfall total outlook between now and next Friday. So basically a week. Put this into motion through the weekend on into next week. See, mostly if you see any showers at all would be just offshore. So through next Friday, you can see the coverage of rain's pretty much zero. Like I said, could be an isolated shower or two here and there over the course of the week, but it's just not worth putting in the forecast a coverage that small. That just goes to show how dry it looks over the next 7 days with high pressure in control and dry air, that's for sure. But those little splotches you see, number there, 1/100th, 3/10 there, that's very, very isolated stuff, and that covers, like I said, course of the entire week. All right, Futurecast will confirm that as well over the next day or two. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy each afternoon. We're looking for highs to be in the lower to mid 90s across southeast Texas. Just not much in the way of rain. If one shower were to develop, you're talking a 5% coverage. That's how very isolated it would be. Now, as we head into this evening, generally clear skies will fall through the 80s and then into the mid to upper 70s by 10 o'clock tonight, upper 70s in the lakes area by 10 o'clock. Now, these temperatures will drop, of course, a little bit as we head toward mornings. The mornings have been pretty comfortable even after the little cool spell we've had, but still not too bad. We'll drop on down to around 70, some upper 60s, kind of what we've got forecasted in the morning for the lakes. We'll give it 68, 69 degrees, right around 70 in the triangle, 71, 72. Actually, this morning we were at 73 in Beaumont, so it could be a little bit cool there, but you can see generally clear skies, that's for sure, across southeast Texas. And as we head throughout the morning hours, as we heat up, a few cumulus clouds will begin to develop. There's a little bit of moisture left, not much. We'll still see mostly sunny skies coming up for your Friday. So this will be the third week in a row. Well, we've had some pretty good weather for high school football coming up tomorrow night. Looks dry. That'll be 3 weeks in a row. How about that? And highs, you see pretty hot in the afternoon. It's like middle 90s across southeast Texas and southwestern. Radar, Futurecast trying to pop up a shower or two here and there, but boy, I tell you, that's going to be few and far between, even if that happens. Talking about few and far between, yeah, boy, this is great news in the tropics. pretty good little flare up there east of the islands, but the Hurricane Center is actually watching a disturbance way out in the eastern tropical Atlantic. There's nothing even there right now. Look at that. The dust is really, the Saharan dust has really helped us out so far this year. That continues along with wind shear, but you can see there's not much there. But the potential of some development in this region up to around 30% as the wind shear levels become more favorable, the dust settles a little bit, there could be some development out there. But the good news, even if something develops in this region here, it's going to turn as well, just like the last couple. So, hey, we cannot, that's just great news for the Caribbean, the Gulf, the Atlantic. As each day that goes by, we get later into September, each day that goes by, chances improve that we will not see anything tropical in the Gulf or especially in our areas. That's good news, but still got a little ways to go. Let's get through September, maybe the first week or two of October before we start celebrating too early. Now your marine forecast, it's a pretty good one. We'll have east winds, let's say 3 to 12 knots, maybe some gust 15. Not much wind out there. That water temperature at 88 degrees. And your next high tide will be at 5:08. Next low tide this evening at 8:02. And we have a low tide at 12:04 in the morning. And again, shortly after the noon hour at 12:28. So not too bad of a marine forecast. This afternoon, well, a hot forecast for the lakes in inland southeast Texas. Deweyville, Buna, Silsbee, Lumberton, Koontz, Votaw, Sour Lake. That's inland southeast Texas, mostly sunny and hot. Lakes as well. Of course, in the Triangle, 93, 94. So yes, pretty hot forecast coming up as we head into the next few days. Now, as we head into tonight, pretty much like this morning, low to mid 70s in the Triangle, near 70 in the lakes. It'll be generally clear. I don't see much in the way of clouds overnight tonight, that's for sure. Winds becoming a light variable, certainly not much wind in the forecast coming up over the next several days. The weather is just quiet. We're not expecting anything over the course of the next week or so. Nothing of any significance anyway. Now, of course, you get closer to the coast, you'll have warmer low temperatures, mid to upper 70s down toward Sabine Pass. All right, another look at that 7-day forecast, and we'll check the phone and see if we've had any text messages. It's going to be hot through Saturday and the next several days. Hot, mid 90s all the way into the weekend. No rain, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Even into early next week, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Notice these high temperatures, mid 90s, lows at night, low 70s. Not too bad for lows. Humidity will slowly start coming back a little bit as we head into the weekend. Not too bad next week. Look at that. Now, once again, the only negative about this is getting pretty dry. We could actually use a little bit of rainfall across the area. Let's take a look at our phone and see if we've had any text messages come in this morning. You can text us at 409-749-9302. If you have any questions concerning the weather or the weather this weekend or next week, or the next several days, and it's pretty quiet as you see, so pretty quiet. Yeah, no text at this time, but feel free though to text us anytime at 409-749-9302. We'll get back with you as soon as we can, any weather questions. But the good news is, as I said, the tropics are quiet, nothing to worry about there. That's great.